Hey Tennyson, how you doing? Good morning.
Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad. Yeah, sorry about yesterday. I got a little bit busy, so
Okay.
we'll try to get things sorted out today.
Good morning, sir.
Good
Happy New
morning,
Year.
Vichy. How you doing?
It's good to see you.
Excellent. Happy New Year. Happy New Year to everyone. How was your Christmas?
It was great, nice. I
Excellent.
really enjoyed my fest, but I did it alone.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah, we got. I'm actually glad you're here, Tennyson, and I'm actually glad you're here, Vichy, because there's a few things that we need to talk about today. You unfortunately, I couldn't be around last week. I was very, very busy, and as such, last week had to suffer. And plus, with all the festivities going on, it was kind of hard to tear yourself away to come and sit down to do the live. But today, we're here, and we've got a few areas that I really would like us to touch on and work on because we're as you all know, we're here to talk about security and securing, and there's been a lot of development over the last couple of weeks that have raised a few eyebrows. Obviously, one of them being the federal government. There's been movement within the federal government on certain things happening. You've had missile strikes in Nigeria. We've had what else have we had? We've had Anthony Joshua's car crash.
Yeah.
There's a few things that we can talk about. And I basically would like for you guys to step up today, and raise some of these topics because obviously, yes, it's my platform, it's a security platform, but what I'm doing is I actually like to listen to some of you guys. We're at that stage now, in this Saturday morning show that we do, whereby I'm expecting a lot of you guys to come in with ready-made questions, stuff that you want answers to, scenarios that you feel, or any trading questions. So I'm waiting on you guys today. I'm hoping that we're gonna have a really, really nice chat because, like I said, there's a lot to talk about. There's been a lot of things going on, even within the Nigerian government, and everything, and how people are losing faith with the current system. So yeah, please feel free to.
Honestly speaking, people have lost faith in Nigeria's government.
Oh, we know this.
In fact, no, I don't know. Maybe you usually go to different TikTok platform and listen to what people are saying.
Oh, I do.
Each time I go to some platform and they talk about Nigerian government, majority, who comes in the boxes are people who live in Nigeria, and they can't hold back their frustration. As in, anyone who try to defend the evil government called APC in Nigeria, they descend on that person. They rain curse on that person, which I quite understand because I also have loved one there, and each time we speak, I feel sorry for Nigerians. Honestly speaking, I feel so sorry for them. I feel their pain because I once in that shoe. I told you what happened to me. Where I was working at Apapa, they criminalized our work, seized the place, later sold it to one of the APC bigwig. And that same thing that we were doing, that they criminalized, It's not the thing that that man is doing now. Just imagine.
Mm-hmm.
You know, bro, I hope Nigeria can say through this year without crisis. I hope they say through without crisis this year.
You know, let's call a spade, Vichy. Yeah. See, one of the things that I've noticed, honestly speaking, over the last few months, is whether Africa likes it or not, there's going to be a civil war. Right? There's definitely going to be a civil war because the people have basically had enough. You know, they've had enough of the lies, they've had enough of the poverty, they've had enough of having enough, basically. You know, and there's definitely gonna be a shift in momentum very, very soon. You know, now where we come in as a security cluster is this year for me it's all about education. And what do I mean by that? Excuse me. What do I mean by that? Is we need to seriously start to educate ourselves in the world of security. I'm not saying everybody's got to be a security officer, but then everybody has got to be a security officer for themselves. Right? There's a lot going on. You know, for a long time, Nigerians have been screaming bandits and hooligans and gunsmen, herdsmen, whatever. But now it's time for us to start to educate ourselves. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to try and get the other gentleman on here today. We have already started schools security personnel initiatives simply because we feel that a lot of these kidnappings and stuff actually are starting off in schools. These guys have got schools as soft targets, and as such, they are going in there and they are abducting these poor kids and subjecting them to whatever trauma. So we have we have that course coming up. We're going to be launching it very, very soon, and I would urge everyone and anyone to get on this course. I don't know how much it's going to be to run this course yet, but I will get back to you. It won't be too much, you know. I'm not like that. I don't charge that much. But
the funny part of it is that I think I saw it yesterday or this morning.
Yeah.
When Yobe State imposed some lunatic law over their citizen there, that man should not talk to woman publicly. As in, now I begin to understand that is it truly these people want to bring Sharia law into this nation, or maybe they are backing these bandits or terrorists to further infiltrate the citizens of Nigeria. I still don't understand.
To be honest with you, I honestly can't see that working in Nigeria. Simply because of the fact that because of the way and manner to which these guys have gone about it in the first place, a lot of people are disheartened. You know, they've lost faith in whatever these guys are trying to peddle. So even if they wanted to become Muslims before and do their thing, they definitely aren't doing it now. You understand? And carry knives. Right. Now, what is the school initiative? I'm going to try and run through it, especially since I have Vichy here and I have Tennyson here. And I'm hoping that others will join very, very soon. We've got a new program that we've just rolled out, or we're about to roll out and launch it in Taraba State, Nigeria. It is the schools. Hold on. Let me try and bring it up. I'm very excited about this, guys. Right. It's called the National School Protection Officer course, which, by the grace of God, I will be rolling it out early this year in Nigeria. And when I come over to Nigeria, hopefully we are going to launch it properly. So I'll read a little bit from it. It's certified. It's a certified course under State Ministry of Education. Sorry, bear with me. I did have a write-up on it. Right, so basically the Safe School Initiative is a concept and program used in several countries and contexts that focuses on making schools safer places for students, teachers, staff, and school communities, physically, psychologically, and socially. So basically, the goal is to make teachers and students alike feel safe within their school and work environment. Excuse me, I've just got in this morning. To make them, make them feel safe in their school and work environment. What does that entail? That is basically me telling you to be aware of your surroundings. And also, to see if you would know what to do in certain crises that may befall your school. Vici, what would you say that, as far as especially Nigeria is concerned, would be a good idea to bring into schools on the security front?
Yeah, it should be a very good idea since Nigerian security can't secure the citizen any longer. It would be better for all schools in Nigeria to learn how to secure themselves. I think there is a security agents called peace. I've forgotten the name. Maybe if I remember, I'll tell you. There was a time they tried to bring their personnel to different schools so that they can secure the people in the school premises. You won't believe that some principal rejected them, that they were not needed.
Well,
but at the stand now, majority of them have no choice than to accept anything that can make them secure.
You see, what it is, as I've been saying to people, a lot of people, ever since I started this project that I'm doing here, is in Nigeria. Nigeria has always looked down their nose at security officers. They don't believe that security officers are important. They don't believe that they are even people. They just believe that they're supposed to be, as they would say, go to your duty post. And that duty post means go and open the gate and close the gate. Right?
They have no regard.
Yeah, them. And that's the reason why
it was because the way it was designed.
Yes, exactly.
And even that it was designed in a standard way, the respect will be there.
Well, like I said, this is the reason why people like me have now gone to the extent of championing security now, and bringing a new brand of security to Nigeria, whereby if you don't recognize us today, you will recognize us later. You understand, right? And because of the fact that in Nigeria, most of what you do is status based. I do what I do because I'm rich. I'm rich.
Exactly.
I've got money, so therefore I can talk to you anyhow. But they forget that where security is concerned, right, a security officer in a premises is boss because your lives are in his or her hand. So this course is being designed to bring awareness to both security officer and persons on premises, male, female, or child, that everybody has their own responsibilities. As a security officer, I will observe, I will take notes. As a child, you will observe, you will take note. As a member of staff, you will observe and you will take note. And every one of these entities will liaise with each other. And that's basically it. There's not going to be any wearing of any rigs or any bulletproof vests or walking around in boots over your trousers or nothing. Nah, none of that. None of that. It's just pure awareness. So, and Richie, if I was to say to you, your child is going to a school in Lagos, and you walked up to the school, you looked around, what would you be looking for?
The first thing is the school secure? That's number one thing I will first look into. And then the standard of the school, I think their educational standard. But the number one priority for me is the security of the school. That's number one priority. Because Nigeria is not only dealing with bandits and then they are not dealing with bandits and terrorists. We have kidnappers as well, where they go into some on the street and pick a little child or children and run away with them.
If I said to you that I personally believe that most kidnappings are in-house jobs, would you believe me?
Well, partially.
Most kidnappings, I believe, are in-house jobs. They are initiated and perpetrated by somebody on the inside, right?
Yeah, that's I say partially. It's happening like that. But sometimes, okay, what of these people that usually park people on the road along the express? They enter one chance, such thing. We say that it is people that know that introduce them to enter the bus.
Sure.
We say that.
Well, I don't know. Hold on. You know what? I think we'll kind of like make, because I think kidnapping would be a really good topic for today. Don't you think?
Well, since it's happening in my country, it's a thing that we can discuss about it.
Because I've got a few facts and figures here that that tell me that it's fair to say kidnapping involves an element of inside. Uh, of it will be accurate to generalize that kidnapping is usually an inherently is inherently an in-house thing, right? But a balanced way to look at it is where inside involvement does happen. In some cases, insiders, that is staff, drivers, domestic workers, security aides, acquaintances, or even extended family contacts, may leak information about routines, locations, or vulnerabilities. So, like, have you not noticed that sometimes it is, or in Nigeria today, it is mostly families of persons who live abroad that get kidnapped? I mean, when have you ever heard that that poor lady down the road, her daughter got kidnapped and they were asking her for 100 million naira?
So they do kidnap poor people as well.
Mm.
It's just that they kidnap them for ritualism.
Okay. But how
You
often?
understand what I mean?
But on a scale of 1 to 10, what would the probability be that where these kidnappers will be looking at someone rich that they know that money can come out quickly, as opposed to that poor person that they'd be waiting forever to get their money?
Of course, they will look into the rich people
Hmm.
because they know that once they kidnap rich people, they will get their money as quick as possible.
Hmm. And a lot of the time, they'll get that money because sometimes the person that they get the money from, right,
And still kill that person. Do you know that sometimes they will get the money and still kill the victim?
Of course.
Dismember his body and sell it out.
That's right. That's right. And a lot of that's to do with the fact that whoever it was that initiated the kidnap,
the causes of this are bad government and poverty.
Well, I think it's more to do with poverty, because government members themselves are not safe from kidnapping. So
if things were in place, it would be difficult for all these elements, to do something successfully.
True.
So government will still be held responsible for all this.
Wow. I really don't know. Because I don't know, it's just so much going on right about now. When you think about it, it's just so much going on right about now, and it kind of like pains me because we're here trying to start a movement, as in the global clusters. We're trying to bring people on board. We're trying to get people interested in a lot of things. Security is definitely up there amongst the big.
I believe if non-state actor can successfully make impact into these challenges Nigeria is facing, it will be a good thing. But even government is not ready to assist the non-state actor.
Well,
stand now.
Well, like I said to someone last week, right? You see, you guys waiting for the government. You've been waiting for a long time. What you guys need to do is you guys need to get more passionate. You guys need to stand up. You guys need to speak. You guys need to talk. You guys need to make people realize that you are not happy. I'm not saying go out there and riot. I'm saying, let your voice be heard. You understand? Because listen, your governments are corrupt. Every single government that comes in is corrupt. Right? And they've got that corruption sewn into the hem of their garments. Right? But the thing is this, what you've got to do is you've got to be true to yourself. You've got to stand up for what you believe in. Stand up for even if you have to hold talks amongst your friends and pick people's brains and find out what can be done. How can people be happy? You understand? Form vigilante groups and neighborhood watch groups in your areas. To watch out for suspicious movements and stuff like that. And this is where it starts. It's
at the start now, this Nigerian polls, have started campaigning in 2007 election. They have abandoned their responsibility now doing campaign.
Well, they're campaigning, but are they campaigning or are they just rallying?
They have started now.
Yeah, I know.
They have started.
I know.
We can see them. We can see them now. We can see them up and down now. They have started.
But I don't know. I find
we have big issue at hand, but they don't look into that.
No,
they're only fighting for their interest.
Yep.
And some stupid populists will still come online and defend this evil pose.
I'm gonna take a 5 or 10 minute break here. Right? Don't go away. Just need to do one or two. Just want to do one or two things, and then I'm going to come back and we're going to launch into this because obviously, with election year coming up next year, because remember we're in 2026 now, so next year is election year. So over the next few weeks, we're going to be talking security and election. Because by the grace of God, I plan to be on ground in Nigeria during the election because I have a lot of work to do in Nigeria, security wise. But I actually want to hear from Nigerians. I want to see what Nigerians are saying. I want to hear what Nigerians are saying. I want to see where we're going, and how we're going to go about it. So give me about 5 minutes, and then we're going to come back and we're going to launch straight into it. Whilst you're doing that, please don't forget to tap. Don't forget to click on the heart me, and don't forget to share. Right? I need more people on. I need more people. I need more voices. Let's do this. Thank you. Right, let's do this. Let's rally the call. Start to share, start tapping, right, and call more people in. I'll see you in about 10 minutes. Engineer Lide, good morning. Hey, Rich, how you doing? Yeah, yeah. Try the link. Try the link now. Oh, oh. I don't know why it wasn't going through. Yes. Okay, that's fine. No, that's all right. Next week. Yeah. No, it's TikTok. Try it, and then just come out of it. Try it because I just sent it to you again. Try it now. See if it goes through. Engineer Lide, good morning.
Okay, yeah.
Yep, I see you. I see you. I see you.
Seems like I get it through now.
Yeah.
Michael?
Yep. Yep, I'm here.
Yeah, seems like I just got through.
Yep, I see you. Ah.
To go into the shower.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, let me just pretty quickly jump on that and see. Okay. What's this? And then I'm on it now.
Yeah, you're on it now. Have you requested? Have you requested to come in? Yep. 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 I've sent you the invite.
Accept. Yep. Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I can't hear you on the.
Right. Did you get the invite? Yeah.
Yeah, I got the invite to accept.
Yep, you're in.
Yeah.
Yep, I can see you now. Unmute yourself.
Okay. Unmute.
Yeah, just tap on your square, and it should show you the microphone. Just tap on the microphone.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Is it done? You can hear me now.
No, your microphone's still muted. I'll tell you what. Hold on. Let me see if I can. Yep, I can see you. Yep, I can see you.
Can you hear me then?
I'm hearing you through the phone. I'm not hearing you through.
Okay.
You are still muted. What you got to do is tap on your square, right? And you should see a microphone. You should see a microphone. If you see when you see the microphone, just tap on the microphone. In the corner, right in the corner of your square.
Yeah, yes, I'm trying to tap on it. Your live, it says your live is paused because the microphone is being used.
Oh, that's because you're on the phone. Hold on. Let me come off the phone.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me? Yeah, it's better. Yep, you're in.
All right.
Yep, you're in. So, Richard, Mr. Debonair.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, loud and clear. Working. Richard, Mr. Debonair, welcome aboard. It's good to have you here, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me?
What's happening here, man?
Ah, hold on. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah.
Excellent. Right, Richard, Mr. Debonair, it's good to have you on board. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
For dropping through. Yeah, yes, it's been a while.
It has really has, yeah.
This is where I am every Saturday morning, 9:30. And from our past conversations, most especially when we met, I think it was last year.
Yeah.
And obviously we realized that we had a few acquaintances in common.
Exactly, yes.
But more importantly, it is more to do with how we can impact the African diaspora in the world of security, and teaming up and coming together to try and ensure that both ourselves and our loved ones and our people and our communities are security conscious and security educated.
Mm-hmm.
Also, to try and stop people from thinking that it's all about being a security guard. It's not all about being a security guard. It's more about being security guarded.
Yes.
And this is where you and I come together and start to impart the knowledge that we've gained over the years into these people to make them realize.
The term security it has a broad spectrum in terms of providing a safe environment for people to live in.
Yep.
It doesn't only reflect on the physical aspect of security, where people are scared to live in their society, but it also covers things like food, things like education, all those things is impactful on a personal or a community standpoint, and will affect this security of not only the individuals but the community.
Yeah.
But generally, though, when we talk about security in terms of Africa, it mainly boils down to physical security, such as where you've got the terrorist issues, where you've got external actors who coming into to create problems within the environment because they've got their own personal agenda. From observation, and this is from years of observation, there are certain groups who do not want to see Africa unite. They do not want to see Africans have any autonomy over themselves or their resources. They feel that they have got God-given rights. So anything that's in Africa, and Black people generally is indispensable. They can get rid of. We doesn't matter. We don't matter. And they have demonstrated this for for decades. This has been demonstrated. So where we are now taking back our sovereignty and our dignity, they cannot accept it. It's like they're being because they are so wrapped up in themselves that we haven't got any place on this earth, and they are the ones who have to control us and direct or dictate how we live or how we survive. When we survive, they don't struggle to acknowledge the fact that we are a people. We are people. We are a race who have the same capacity and ability to life that they have. The only difference is the skin color.
That's correct.
Your skin color cannot be better than mine.
That's correct.
Because I'm darker and you are lighter. If I gave you a pint of blood, would you turn black?
No.
Would your body reject my blood?
It depends. It depends.
Generally, no.
No.
So those are the kind of things I'm looking at. So, but in terms of what's happening in Africa currently, Africa is going through a transition, a revolution, and Africa is being awoken by the way that the three people are identified that Africa can be better. The Sahel states have shown us that we can be better. We can have our own independence. We can control our own sovereignty, and we can do everything for ourselves, including feeding ourselves.
Yes.
This concept that Africans can't feed themselves, they have to depend on aid, is a myth, and it's been exposed for what it is. Because the three Sahel states are feeding themselves.
Yep.
They're independent from external influence to the extent that they even have their own national bank and banking system. So it can be done. What we need is for Africans, the rest of Africa, to see the model, adopt the model, and stop being a coward to subservient, I should say, to the Western influence.
Yes, totally.
They need to change that mentality. The current, most of them who's currently there, get to us. They initially got there for their own interest, or to serve the interest of their masters.
Oh yeah, we know that much.
But it's difficult for them to transition from that mentality, that behavior, because they've been there for so long, being influenced so deeply entrenched in the external influence that it's going to be a struggle for them to turn their back and say, no, we are not doing this anymore.
Very true.
We're doing it any longer.
Very true.
Because they have been compromised. So they need to go. There's time for them. There's a time for change.
Yep, and I believe that time is now.
The time is now. However, it wouldn't be without a struggle.
Of course. I actually likened it last week when I spoke to someone to an event in the Bible, namely Moses and the Israelites.
Yeah.
When it gets to a point, it's time to book out. Yeah, I mean, you've been living in the hotel for so long. Now it's time to check out. It's time to move on.
But the thing is, when you've grown, when you become so accustomed to being in that room, getting out of it is a challenge.
It is a very big challenge, because as you know, people, human beings anyway, sometimes some of them get too comfortable in that comfort zone, and the thoughts, because have you noticed that British people especially, right, especially the white British people, they hate change.
Yes.
They absolutely hate change. And this is one of the problems that we're now facing in Africa. A lot of Africans have become so used to the status quo, they actually have started not to see the wrong that's being done to them.
I don't blame them, because that status quo has been entrenched in society for decades, if not hundreds of years, where we were made to feel that we are inferior to a white skin or a clearer skin, and this goes back right back down to the age of Egypt.
Of course,
when the Europeans start trading in Egypt, and they go into and they decide to settle in Egypt, starting to have babies, with light-skinned babies with black and white mixed race babies, and they would then put the light-skinned children above the dark-skinned ones.
Yeah.
So it's something that has been entrenched in our psyche for centuries, and until now we are still feeling the impact of that.
Of course.
If you take, we can take, you lived in the UK. You got some guys on the streets that you wouldn't even give them a look, take a cup of water from them. Dirty looking, not dusty. But if you take them to Africa. The Africans will make them kings.
That's right.
Treat them like if they're royalty.
That's right.
All because of their white skin. Nothing more. And that is the mentality we need to change. We need to see ourselves as equal to everyone else.
Well, like you said, they've been kicked down and beat down for so many years, and now they're all accepted. And this is the problem.
But it's changing. The youths in Africa having access to information, and being able to use those information to inform themselves. You can see a lot of things. There are a lot of things are being is not acceptable any longer within the African community. Yeah.
Yep.
Unfortunately, the diaspora has a lot of catching up to do.
It does. It does.
We are caught up. We are caught up in the colonialistic mentality.
Unfortunately.
And it would take it's a mammoth task for us to change that mentality. I see a few people who are starting to recognize their value outside of this community, and those are the people who we rely on, like myself and others, to educate the next generation that follows. Unfortunately, the problem, because the society is, because of the way the colonial society is structured, the youth's mentality are geared towards that structure. So getting them to understand a different structure is challenging. I think the only something that I'm looking to help use Mr. Debonair to promote is how we can possibly have trips abroad to get young people, take them abroad to Africa, let them see a different.
Well, I'm actually glad that you mentioned that just now, because it's something that I think you and I need to talk about, because I'm actually looking into arranging something like that, but I need someone who has more of a clue about it than I do. I'm looking at gathering together a group of youths from my church brigade team to go to certain parts of Africa, just to show them one or two things, and they can learn from it and bring it back.
Yeah.
So
I've never been to Africa until I think it's 2023. I went to Gambia.
Okay.
And I've been following African history. I've been a Pan-Africanist for the best part of 15-20 years. But it was limited to my knowledge of Africa and what I've learned from mixing Africa friends that I've got from Africa, and what I've were able to acquire through media sources. But when I went to Gambia, I went to both Gambia and Senegal. It was an eye-opening experience. It totally transformed everything that I've known. It validated some, but transformed others by the interaction.
Yeah,
the welcoming feeling. You go there and people see you, and them guys, welcome home, brother, welcome home. It was really a nostalgic feeling. And I would like the youths, the black youths, to experience that.
Yeah, a fantastic idea.
Coming out and oh my gosh,
that'd be fantastic. You know what I'm gonna do is on that particular project. I'd like you and I to collaborate on that. If we can meet up at some point, once I've got, all the parties involved, and let them know what we're trying to do, and we'll find out, let's find out how much it's going to cost, where we're going to reside, and who we're going to meet when we get over there. Because obviously the whole idea of this trip for me will be, obviously it's awareness, and the other thing is to try and teach these kids about humanitarianism.
Exactly.
You understand? Because when we talk about nation building and we're talking about mentoring kids and building them up and teaching them leadership, etc. and so forth, every trip has got to have a meaning.
Ideally, if I were to do a trip like that, I would like to start somewhere with a positive, kind of not well, with some positive influence.
Sure.
And I would look in somewhere like Burkina Faso, Mali, where there's a history. and where there's a history of oppression, but then where things are being done differently to change that. So we start. I feel we can start by giving our young people a sense of pride and dignity in being who they are, Black people in the diaspora, knowing that this is what.
Do you have any contacts in Gambia or in Mali or in Niger?
No, Gambia. No, but I can make some contacts in those areas.
Yeah, because I'd like this first trip to happen probably not too long after Easter.
Okay. Because I'm going to Guyana in May for a month.
Okay.
I'm going to look at a feasibility study in doing a Mr. Debonair project in Guyana sometime in the future. But when I come back, I'm looking to see if I can do the Mr. Debonair project, another pageant, in sometime August, September. So in between that, because what I've got currently, I've got a team of people who will be working with me on the project. I've got someone who's going to be actually managing it.
What project is this?
It's Mr. Debonair.
Okay.
Because Mr. Debonair is not only about the pageant, it's also a community project.
Yeah.
And it's part of the community aspect of Mr. Debonair is where we as mature men use our experience and knowledge to educate our younger generation. And it's not only about dressing, but it's our conduct, our behavior, the conversation, how we communicate with each other, how we show respect for each other, and how we understand respect should be allocated, not by demand, but by present, but by commanding it.
That's correct.
Commanding it through your presence, commanding it through your behavior and your attitude, commanding it by the way you respect and show respect to others.
Definitely.
Yeah. So those are the kind of things Mr. Debonair are looking to teach our youth for the next generation. How are we able to develop our community? How interact in our community? How can we support each other? And those kind of things. Those are the kind of things that Mr. Debonair, the extended project, would be like.
Okay.
Not only for the youth people or young people, but also for ourselves. What kind of conversation can we have around things like a mental health illness, things like sicknesses that alternative medicines can be used to alleviate, rather than having to go to the doctor and get these medicines over the counter. I'm looking to get people from doctors who do alternative medicine to talk about alternative medicine. I got an older brother who's a pastor, who has been a pastor for 40 odd years in America. He was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and he cured himself.
What?
Cured himself through food.
Wow.
Change his diet. Eat a specific diet. I will get him to come on board, do a podcast with him to talk about what he has done, how he's able to cure himself. He's cancer-free now.
So that's just from herbs, right?
Just from food and herbs. He refused to take any medication. The doctor was telling him to take this some injection that he said over that, but the side effect of that medication over time, his bones become brittle, and he can experience broken limbs and broken limbs. And he said no, he's not doing it. He said he'd rather die than to suffer than to go down that route. But he decided he's going to use alternative medicines, and now he's cancer free. Yeah, this is amazing. So there are things that we can do for ourselves.
You know what? This year is a good year to start. And the good thing is this is January. We can put together a table of events that we want to, us and yourself in collaboration. Get a lot of these young men and women together. And start churning out some stuff. Because
But I've got another thing. The other part I want to do is where I used to be a school governor, and I was the chairman for the Black and Ethnic Minority Governors Group in Greenwich. And a lot of issues we used to have about the institution dealing with students, the school, the academic institution, and a lot of parents don't have no idea on how to challenge those things, challenge the institutions. Now, I've got people who have successfully challenged the institution and are capable of educating other parents, single parents or other parents, on how they can go about challenging what they can do to challenge the institution. Or if they need that support, I want to create a foundation, a platform where they can get that support to challenge the institution about their children. So they don't just if the institution said, well, the child is disruptive in class and misbehaving and this, you don't just accept it as that. You challenge it. Yes, tell me why, how, what has been happening, how can they become? Yeah, at home they're not like this. Those are the kind of things I'm looking to set up. Yeah, another side of it as well, I've got a young man whose son is doing brilliant in basketball.
Okay.
I like to get him on board, and I've talked to him with the family dynamics that I was enable his son to achieve so much. What was his input? What was his partner's input? What was the family dynamic?
Sure.
To reach that level. How can we, as Black men in our homes, manage our home constructively for us to be for our families to benefit from us, our morals, and all these things. So there's a lot of work to be done.
There's plenty of work to do. So much work to do. And but I have that confidence that we will. We'll get there, and it'll happen.
Yeah, same here. Same here. I do as well. And this year, I'm trying to see if I can get the team together. I've got someone who, as I said, would be managing Mr. Debonair project. I've got someone who's going to be responsible for the media side of Mr. Debonair. I've got someone who's going to be doing the bidding for a sponsorship for Mr. Debonair. And funny enough, she's Nigerian. Yeah. And I've got someone I'm going to bring on as an accountant. So I'll put it. What I'm looking to do is put a structure in place, a team in place with the various responsibility that will benefit the development of Mr. Debonair.
Okay.
So
like I said, let's try and arrange some meetings. Whether in person or on Zoom or whatever. Yeah, I mean, and let's try and start putting these things together. Because, like I said, this year, even if we can get 2 visits done, so 2 different places, it will be fantastic. It'd be great for the image. Great for the image of the organization I represent, and it'd be fantastic for Mr. Debonair. At the end of the day, I mean, we're up and running. We're out there. We're doing what we've got to do. And we're trying to drag these kids along. And try and make an impact in all of their lives. So, there's plenty to be done. So let's go get this.
Yes. Okay.
Anyway, listen, I know you're itching to go out.
Yeah, tomorrow we gotta go down this place here now and
Yeah. So as I said, I'm here every Saturday at 9:30.
yeah.
You know, but in the meantime, if you can just do for me, like get together some facts and figures about one of those destinations, i.e., you know, where we are likely to go, you know, who's going to be our contact over there, and ticket prices and everything, or package deals, you know, and then we can start putting that together.
Yeah, okay. I just want you to see this. This is my design
Mm-hmm.
and something that I've been working on for some time. I don't know if you got a clear view of this.
Yep, I can see it.
So it says,
yep,
I am a product of the empire.
Oh, fantastic.
They got all the Africa, North America, Asia, all of these countries are what the empire has responsible. On the back of the t-shirt, I've got this. Can you see that?
Yeah, don't hold me.
Don't
hold me responsible. Yep.
Yeah. And the reason for that, it's because I think my parents were taken from a kingdom and we were brought into an empire. And this empire is who shaped us to be where we are.
That's right.
And this empire is trying out to renege on their obligation to us.
Yes.
As part of the citizen that they made us to become. And I want to challenge that. I want to remind them that they are responsible for who I am. They are, not me. They made me who I am. As a black man from the diaspora, they have conditioned me. So you cannot renege. You can't take yourself away from that and say no.
That's right.
You don't belong because you don't fit in.
I think that's probably one of the funniest statements ever, because you know you don't belong because you don't fit in. But then you know we didn't, as the great quote says, we didn't, you know, we didn't land on it; it landed on us. You know?
Exactly.
You know, so
exactly.
It's just really funny.
I've designed that T-shirt myself. I had it struck design. I had some printed, and I'm putting it on the market to sell.
How much is that going for?
£20.
Not bad.
£20 each.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
So yes, I want to say to them that I'm going to start putting them out probably from next week. I'm trying to get my website restructured, where I can put them on the website and people can purchase them off the website. Okay.
Well, Richard, it's been an absolute pleasure having you on.
Yes, thanks, man.
Thank you so much for your insight. Like I said, you know, I'm going to be speaking to you again over the couple of weeks. I mean, because like I said, we have actually got an event coming up on February the 7th. In London, you know, and I'm definitely going to be inviting you down to come and speak.
All right,
you know, so that we can start letting people know about the initiatives that we're bringing forward, you know, and how we plan to do it, you know, and
that would be brilliant.
Let the kids know what's ahead. But yeah, thanks so much. You know, always a pleasure, never a chore.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me, man.
Good to see you again.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
All right. Cheers,
All
Rich.
right, man. Take care.
Nice one.
Yeah, bye-bye.
So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was my good friend, Mr. Richard, Mr. Debonair. You know, we have a few plans in the process that we're trying to implement and try and get a lot of these youths involved and other people, and trying to get to stop the usual pity party rhetoric of woe is me. So I hope you enjoyed that parts of it that you managed to see. It doesn't seem to be that many people turned up today. I don't know why. I think everyone's still got full of the Christmas spirit. But I'm going to round off in a minute because it seems that after Richard's left, there's nobody else around. I may come back later. But in the meantime, I am going to round off and hopefully see you guys later.